Happy Friday, Broncos country. This is another episode of Let's Talk Broncos. I'm Bri Maces here with Zach Seegers and Joey Richards. Guys, how are you?
I'm doing good. Good day so far. I am happy to be here with both of you guys. I'm ready to podcast. I'm ready to do bold predictions with my two co-hosts here. How are you doing, Zach?
I'm great. I'm excited for another spooky edition of the show.
Ooh. Oh, damn.
That was good. That was pretty good. Is that all you had? That was your life update?
That was my one. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, I mean, if you want more life update,
Yeah, how are
I
you
don't
feeling?
even want to be around anymore.
I don't want to be
I
around.
don't even want to be.
I'm just retweeting the show. If you're watching over
Yeah, I
on
need to
Twitter,
do
you
that.
got to hop on over to the Mile High Sports YouTube page, or you
social
can
media
interact
guy.
on Facebook. And get your questions and comments highlighted. What we're asking you to submit to us is your bold predictions for Sunday morning's game against the Jaguars. It's weird saying Sunday morning because it's
Yeah.
not an 11 a.m. game.
No.
It is a 7:30 in the morning game.
No, it's morning.
This
It's
is the
Sunday
only
morning.
time Mountain time has sucked for sports. Mountain time is great for sports.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh, I wish we were on the East Coast and we were getting this at 9:30.
Yeah,
It'd be a
that's
little
true.
And
nicer.
even 9:30 would be a drag. It's almost like 7:30. You got to set your alarm. You got to have everything go. You got to have the coffee already going. Like at this point, do you even drink coffee? Do you go straight into the Bloody Marys?
You
I
go
don't
to
know.
let me tell you what you do. You go straight into the hard coffee.
Oh,
No,
the
That's
big-
what you have to go
yeah.
into.
And you're wrong again. You go with this Broncos team, you go straight into the
Again.
hard drugs.
You go
Straight into the hard drugs. Not even hard liquor, hard drugs.
We cannot ask
Break out.
we cannot ask
No.
our listeners to break out the hard drugs.
No, I think we can,
this
but
is
you wait
Dare
until
sponsored.
it's fine, but you wait until halftime. We need to see the score first.
Yeah. But you might get misled. You might get bait and switched by Russell Wilson first.
It's
quarter.
true. It's true. It's true. It's true. I think we start with the hard coffee, then move into the hard drugs.
You know what? Maybe we meet in the middle. You start with hard liquor, and then you make like a halftime call. Like, do I need to? Is this not cutting it?
Yeah.
Do I have to amplify?
You make
it more?
halftime adjustments.
Yeah. You do what Hackett isn't doing.
You script out your consumption for
Yeah.
the first two,
Right.
and then the last quarters are a fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. You have to wait and see.
All right, wait and see. Again, I'm just going to remind everyone as they begin to pop in here that if you're watching over on Twitter, you can't comment here. Do you not like it when I get sing-songy? You guys laugh at me.
No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing. I'm sorry. I'm grabbing the link off of Facebook, and there's a famous Broncos rapper who was posting like something about a Giro Evero that was almost like a man crush Monday, and it was just like, so it was just too much, and it made me chuckle. And yeah, that's all. Continue, carry on.
All right. Robert Armstrong is already here with a question. He wants to know, what do you all think of the owners and GM embracing Hackett and saying they believe in him? Well, I think you have to say something to that effect. I don't think you can
No.
go up there and be like, we are completely out on Nathaniel Hackett, because that's not how it works here in the NFL. I think you have to say that you support him, and I think that you know that the seat's a little bit warm and decisions may or may not have to be made relatively quickly. But I don't think that they're going to go out there. Neither the ownership group in the Penner Walton or George Payton are going to go out there and throw Nathaniel Hackett under the bus. But they were also saying they're being ultra aware and vigilant, and that they're assessing things, and that
Yep.
they know that things are not living up to their expectations, which I think is exactly what you want to hear out of them, instead of them being like, everything's hunky-dory, it's status quo. So I was glad to see them take that stance.
And if you listen to, I think something that's more instructive than their press conferencing, George Payton, whether or not you're happy with him as a team builder, I know there's plenty of people in the chat that are furious with George Payton, and justifiably so. But I think he's a smart guy, or maybe crafty is even a better word. He knows
Crafty.
how to play this media game very, very well. He is a master of it. It's kind of surprising for a guy that's only been a GM for 2 years, but it's very clear he knows how to play the media game. And he said a lot more in his interview with Mark Kisla, which was a written column. That's not going to get picked up as much as the video that's going on Twitter that is going to get picked up by ESPN and NFL Network and everything of George Payton losing his mind, because he lost his mind in the interview with Kisla. He was dropping expletives. He was a lot harsher on Nathaniel Hackett, and that's still a public interview. So you got to imagine behind closed doors, it's even dialed up past that. If I was George Payton right now, I'd be distancing myself from Hackett behind closed doors so I don't go down with him after this total debacle.
Right. And then I also want to point out there's such thing as coach talk, GM talk. There's actual such thing as this.
It doesn't serve him to say, yes, we're out on Nathaniel Hackett.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
It would be a colossal landmine.
Exactly. It definitely would. You know, they have to say what they have to say. You don't want to publicly throw your head coach under the bus at any moment unless he's fired. That's the point. So you're not going to see this like George Payton publicly in media in a press conference go after George Payton until he's exactly ready to fire the guy. So that's kind of where we're standing right now.
Robert qualifies that statement with, that's what I was thinking too. I was hoping they would be harsher on him, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some closed door conversations that are happening to where to that effect is at least at some point getting hashed out. We may never know. And I think that maybe because of the level of frustration that's overtaking Broncos country is that they want more of that. I would say to pay less attention to what is being said and more to what is not being said, and kind of use that as your answer to how to feel that out there. Take that as you will, because
you can connect dots, Broncos country. You can. That's something for sure.
You don't want to make assumptions.
You don't want to make assumptions, but if you know how media works and you know how GM and how political some things can be, you know, you can figure things out. You can figure out how it's actually
everything that gets out, someone wants out. Why do they want it out?
Right.
Okay, so like, let's say it was no one wants it out right now. No one that would know would want it out that George Payton is getting ready to fire Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah. Whether it's now or after the season, that wouldn't be something that you would even do.
You don't, because let's be real. These players are human beings just like the rest of us. They see what's going on. They're less enthused about the coaching staff now than they were preseason, saying, yeah, this staff is fired. Okay, now the players are really not going to respect them. Now you're really going to have a locker room problem.
Right.
So it just doesn't make sense. I put no stock in in times like that. The only time I put stock in it, and you can say it's unfair, but it's just the reality of the situation, is if it's negative. Because no one ever says negative things.
Right.
It's not newsworthy for Russell Wilson to come out and when he lists every single member of the offense and says they're all great and he's going to third string guards. That's not newsworthy. Right. It would be newsworthy if he's like, yeah, my left tackle sucks. I'd be like, whoa, okay, that's a story. So yeah, I just don't put stock in it.
Could you imagine?
If Russell Wilson just like switched up and got started
it's best for if the moment Russell Wilson starts dropping F-bombs in the press conference,
we've said this
where it's a good day. That's the day Russell Wilson's going to throw for 400 yards.
That's when you get Russell
I saw this twinge of hyped upness from Russell Wilson where he actually got like
was when he was doing high knees for 4 hours.
Yeah, I would. So witnessing that firsthand, but I digress. Just like him getting like, like gritty out there.
That's what he wants you to think.
Well, but then there was a point where it was like, there was no reason for you to do that, Russell. Now you're just showcasing.
Great.
Well, anyways.
You're so stupid.
Before everyone tunes out.
Robert wants to know if we are all from Colorado. Yes.
Yep. Born and raised.
Born and raised, all of us, right? You too?
Correct.
Perfect. All of us.
All right.
Why didn't you think Bri was born and raised in Colorado?
I didn't know if either of you were. You said yes. Bri didn't answer. Before we start throwing assumptions out there, this is coach talk you're hearing right now.
I have been in Colorado my entire life, and so I predate both of you, and I am a fossil. So
there we go.
Frankie says Russ getting dunked on by kickers. Now he's cooked. At least it was the best kicker in the NFL. Like, at least there's that.
Kickers. kickers making I agree. It's kind of
forgot
crazy.
to mention Andrew Beck had a good game last week. It was a good game. I almost made him my riser just to spite.
Who would have thought?
I like how we're just bringing special teams into this. Maybe that should be one of our bold predictions, because that's what today's show is all about. if you're watching right now and you have a bold prediction for what you think is going to happen on Sunday's game against the Jaguars, you can go ahead and drop them in the comments so we can highlight them and we'll react to them. We'll call them trash or we'll agree and take the bet.
Yes, let's do it.
It's Gordon Ramsay style. We're going in on your takes. I'm just kidding.
What are you? An idiot sandwich. Frankie also said Andrew Beck was blocking his ass off last week. This is Let's Talk Beck, the podcast.
Let's talk back. Yeah, that'll be my special spinoff. When we all get special spinoffs, that'll be mine.
Zach is now recording special teams podcasts on. No, I'm just kidding.
If you had to do a different show that wasn't football, what would it be?
A different basketball podcast.
Okay. That's really tough.
I would
don't
do
know.
true crime,
I like true crime. I do movies.
or I would do
You
basketball.
Zach's movie reviews.
Just talk about movies.
And then Bri's murder reviews.
By the way,
Murder
while we're talking
reviews.
about movies,
I rate Jeffrey Dahmer.
Triangle of Sadness. No
As
one's
a
going to watch that
4.
movie. You're going to hear it about again in February when it gets nominated for Best Picture. Don't wait till February. See it now. It's in theaters. It's good. Woody Harrelson.
Well, yeah, in that case, an update. There's been arrest in the Delphi murders case, so that's fantastic.
We're all doing our
Long
spin-offs.
time coming.
Well,
Wow.
Jokic looks great. Anyways.
Okay, all right, we're on a bold prediction. Sorry. Come back. This is Let's Talk Broncos. I'm Bri Maestas. All right, Joey, I want you to give me your bold prediction for Sunday.
Okay. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. There might be a little emotional attachment to this one.
Oh God,
There might be a little. I want to see it attached to this one.
All right.
You know, a lot of people may not want to hear it,
Hey, and maybe you just want to buy us some drinks.
but you can't.
You're a good
deny-
friend.
No. You can't deny the inevitable. It's gonna happen. I have Jerry Jeudy going over
Oh, for
100
God's sake.
yards this game. Big Jerry Jeudy. I think out of the players that are on the trade block, being Bradley Chubb, KJ Hamler, Jerry Jeudy, I think Jerry Jeudy is the one that's going the least likely to be traded in my mind.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I just imagine the Broncos, especially him being a first-round pick. You still have some year on his contract, right? You have a fifth-year option that you could possibly pick up there.
Mhm.
Different things like that. I think the Broncos will not trade him at the end of the day. Their evaluation of him or what you would have to trade for him would probably be too high for other teams.
That's where it's the greatest gap.
Yeah.
Teams are coming up to the Bradley Chubb asking price. People are coming up to the KJ Hamler asking price. All the reports are saying that teams are not willing to come up to the Jerry Jeudy asking price.
Right. And you know, that might tell you something, no? The Broncos might value him more than other teams. That's just something that might be out there, right? Like you have to admit it. So I have Jerry Jeudy had a good week last week. I think that
Good audition.
overall he's had a pretty good year. People
Mhm.
want to hear it. I think he's had a pretty good year, and I think this is the game against a pass defense that ranks 20th in the NFL and the
Has
Jaguars.
it been good enough though?
Yes. Jerry Jeudy will break 100 yards this game, and it will be fantastic. Do you got any takes?
I'm sad that it's a bold prediction. If you're that confident, that
100
that's
yards
just
is
like,
good.
Yeah, I mean, it's all
It's
right.
really
And
good.
are you taking it then, Bri?
Yeah, I am unfortunately taking it.
I'm not, because I believe in Jerry Jeudy.
Hey,
Let's go.
We got 2 Jerry Jeudy supporters on the podcast.
I see how. Let's be real. Last week was a terrific game from
Don't
Jerry
touch.
Jeudy. He's had 3 really good games now in 7 weeks, and the other 4 have been up and down. But there's been so many like he's been eating guys alive. I think it was the Colts game, the Colts and Chargers game, kind of blurred together for me, where he was just open all over the field, and Russ just wasn't seeing him.
Right.
He's been having good games for the Broncos. I want to see Russell Wilson trust him. I think, maybe after last week, seeing what he could do with Brett Rippon, I just feel like at a point you're going to have to trust the guy because you can't turn to anything else with how Courtland Sutton's just completely
Sure,
covered.
and
You've
have
got to
a
find
tight
answers
end out
somewhere.
there.
And I think Jerry
1,000%.
Judy's going to be the answer. Greg Dulcich will be one too, but
It'll be
Jerry Judy.
Cool. No, yeah, Bri, don't get me wrong. Those would be cool.
This would be cool.
But Jerry
He's not
Jeudy.
Jerry Judy.
Jerry Jeudy, on the other hand, no. Don't get me started.
I don't even know what to do with this. Like, it's like they're baiting me and they want me to argue with this. Like, I hope Jerry Jeudy does well.
Hmm. I think LTB listeners know the truth on that.
No, like I want him to do well. Do I think that he's going to? I don't know. He's a little bit up and down. I think it's inconsistent. I'm worried about some of those plays out there that he really should just be extending his arms and making. And like we're acting
Judy erasure.
No, I have
because
to. I have to
think
cut
he
some
No,
slack
could
here.
be
I agree.
so good.
I do have to cut some slack to Bri here. I think Broncos country, right? In their brain, they're like, we drafted
you
this guy
guys.
to the way, like where they did first round, not a late pick, like
Top 15.
top 15 pick, Jerry Jeudy. They want Jerry Jeudy to
Oh my
make
God,
the
now
quarterback
Frankie's in on
right.
it.
They want the they want.
Frankie.
Frankie says Bri believed in Drew Lock more than Jerry Jeudy.
Damn.
For
Ooh.
fuck's sake.
Are you gonna fire back, Bri?
Ooh,
Me,
Frankie's
Bri.
spitting. Frankie's spitting.
Me
Ooh.
personally, I wouldn't take this type of disrespect. No response.
No, I wouldn't, because the thing is that there have been proven instances in which Jerry Jeudy, all he has to do is either extend his arms, not fall to the ground,
Like when?
do you want me to choose a specific instance in the Jets game where the ball looked like a bad throw by Rippon, but what actually happened is Jerry Jeudy didn't take his arms from here.
The one in the
to
end zone,
here.
he's getting pulled back
the
by
end
Sauce
zone.
Gardner.
It wasn't on the end zone. It was
Oh, yeah.
he was on the sideline. He was wide out. So he literally had his arms like this, and all he had to do was extend his arms. He couldn't even do that.
So I will,
No,
for the
didn't see it.
audience here, I do have to give some Bri some slack, because I think where he was drafted, you do want Jerry Jeudy to be more productive. It's
Oh yeah, he's not
undoubtedly
living up to
you-
draft stuff.
it's not
status,
living
but he's
up
still
to
good.
where you want him to be. There are certain scenarios where if you draft a receiver that high, you want that receiver to make the quarterback right. And I think that's the issue here for a lot of people, right?
Exactly.
You
And so when
want-
Zach says he doesn't like guys who get all this hype because like they maybe undeservedly, or
Mhm.
maybe that they I think you put it such a succinct way that was both respectful and poignant of like when guys get all this hype and they haven't really shown why the hype. Like I think there's flashes of greatness out of Jerry Jeudy, but I don't think he's a wide receiver one, somebody who's untradeable and therefore
No,
is a
no,
huge
no, no,
component to the Denver Broncos offense. I
No,
think you
that's where
can
you're right.
I think you can plug and play another player where Jerry Jeudy is and get the similar results.
And now, so like that's what I'm like saying. Like, so if you look at my pre-draft Jerry Jeudy stuff, I think that I always thought that Jerry Jeudy was kind of a really, really good wide receiver too. I didn't see his ability to fight through contact. I didn't see his ability to go up and
Win at
make
the
the
catch
quarterback
point.
right, win at the catch point. The one thing is he can
It's
make the
not his
quarterback's
game.
job a lot easier, where he could route run, get wide open. There's certain things like that. I fit in the zone, right? There's
And
different
plays
things,
after the catch.
plays after the catch. But I
Plays in
think
space. Like, let's not be mad at players for not like. I don't know. I'm not losing my mind at Chris Jones for not being like the most elite run defender. Like that's not his game. He's an awesome pass rusher for the Chiefs. Like that's what they want him to do, and he's awesome at
But
it. He's
Jerry's
worth
still
20
got to
million.
catch the ball.
he does. That's a great point.
The
He
drop
has.
rate points.
He's
overrated.
not. He's not. He's not
It
the.
is. He's at like 4.5%. League average is like 3.4. He drops it like a little more than league average. If
His-
it wasn't, and
yeah.
if you take the Chargers game out of it, it's like he's league average. It's
His
not
his
bad.
drops are loud. That's the issue. They are
Yeah,
loud
that's a good way
drops.
to put it.
It's
They're hitting them straight in the hands, hitting them straight in the
yeah,
chest. It's
they're
right in front of
loud
his-
drops.
He's
It's
tipping balls in the
similar
defender's hands.
to Demaryius Thomas back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you have a couple drops, the microscope comes
You're
out.
right.
We
You're
are
right.
looking for everything now.
And it's also highlighted by the fact he doesn't win at the catch rate. So you, or not catch rate, at the
a
catch, point.
Yeah.
So you see he's not making super difficult catches either.
yeah.
My
Yeah.
issue with that is, I don't know. It's never been the player that Jerry Judy's meant to be. He's winning in the ways Jerry Jeudy is meant to win.
Sure.
He's just frankly not being utilized when he's wide open and he's
You're
not
right.
getting targeted the ball.
I will say though, like so knowing what you know now, would you still draft him? Where
Oh
you
no,
did?
you take CeeDee Lamb. Well, you take Justin Jefferson first for sure. You take CeeDee Lamb next.
or even
Frankly, if you bet that Henry Ruggs doesn't have that horrific DUI incident, he's probably ahead of Jerry Jeudy right now. Honestly,
yeah.
Brandon Ayuk's ahead of Jerry Jeudy right now. Like I think he's that's a different conversation to me. Like the Jerry Jeudy draft conversation,
but it weighs on
is
people's
also-
perception. Is my
totally,
point.
and I think that's
The
dead and buried.
lens. It's the
Yeah.
He
lens.
has not lived up to the first, and I really don't think he ever will, especially looking at the guys that were drafted after him, everything. I don't think he'll ever be that. He's a very good, or maybe not very good. He's a good NFL player, and
Mhm.
good NFL players can get 100 receiving yards.
That would probably even look better.
should,
That would probably even look better if a Tim Patrick was out there.
We're
I'll throw
gonna
that.
quickly
Yeah,
grab.
if he was a number 3 right now, that's his
He'd be a
ideal.
stupid three.
Ideal. I'm sorry, I know we got to move on, but ideal is like Tim Patrick, Cortland Sutton, and then Jerry Jeudy
in the
as
slot,
like the pop
working a
option
great
with those
slot.
two guys.
Mm.
Mwah, with a quarterback that can read the middle of the field. Oh my god, that'd be fun.
Yeah, if we had a quarterback that could read the middle of the field with two of our top prospects and Greg Dulcich and Jerry Jeudy out there, that'd be fantastic. Anyways, we're
Oh,
taking off.
oh,
Mr.
my-
Unlimited.
Fuck. All right, let's react to Christopher Hart's bold prediction. Russell Wilson cooks up a storm in Wembley and has a 3-touchdown game.
Well, I almost
So
went
Russell
2
Wilson-
touchdowns, so I'm glad I didn't. go
Russell
there.
Wilson hasn't had many 3-touchdown games, and one hasn't happened in quite some time. I think he's got 33 or 34 career all-time three touchdown games. It doesn't happen a lot.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Actually, that's you know what?
You know
I
what,
just
though?
misrepresented
If you
something.
are going to make a bold prediction, this is a bold prediction.
It is a bold prediction.
It's a bold
I
prediction.
credit Chris for giving us an actual bold prediction. I
It's a
don't think
bold
it
prediction.
happens.
41. He has 41 in his career, and he has played 164 games.
So yeah, sorry, over 300 yards is the 33. But yes, that's still not that many games.
So I would also take this bet. I just haven't seen it this year. But if Russell Wilson comes out there and throws 3
I'm
touchdowns,
taking it
I'm a
too.
pretty happy guy.
I'm happy too. And I don't think it's unreasonable. Like, as I was saying earlier in the show, it's the mistakes he's making are so fundamental and basic and really hard to comprehend for an NFL quarterback that started 160 games that maybe one of these weeks the light bulb goes off. I'm never going to bet that it's
Still
going to
waiting for
happen.
it. Still
But,
waiting.
I agree. I'm not trying to I just think it could happen
Yeah.
at any point. And I'll never bet on it happening. I've been fooled too many times to buy in on it. I'm now in a wait and see mode, but I won't be stunned if this week if Carrington Wilson has a good game.
Right.
Russell Carrington Wilson.
That's his full name.
That sounds very.
He sounds like a Downton Abbey character.
Does Pro Football? What website are you on, Zach?
Pro Football Reference.
Does it have a nickname on the top sometimes?
Yeah, no, they do.
What is it?
Dangerous, of course. Mr. Unlimited,
Dangerous,
of course,
okay.
we know. The two that are lesser known, the Asterisk, because of his height, and Robot Russell.
Robot Russell's nuts.
Accurate.
That's very okay. Good.
It's funny because you're calling him a robot for completely different reasons than why you call Justin Herbert a robot,
Yeah.
which is funny to me.
Yeah.
He's not systematic in any way whatsoever.
He has not had you mentioned the thing about he hasn't had a 3-touchdown game in a long time. His last 3-touchdown game
I just want everyone to know
was
I'm not going to.
January of 2022. So it hasn't gone
Sheesh.
since that. A 51-29 game against the Detroit Lions. Yeah, he only has 2 in the past few seasons. So
Okay,
not
that's
the same as-
fantastic. I just want everyone to know, if you're not in the YouTube comments, that Frankie Abbott is still in there talking about Jerry Jeudy and giving different reasons why I should be a fan of his. And I'm not.
Frankie's spitting. Frankie's.
We appreciate you, Frankie. Go
Spitting.
follow Frankie's film over on Twitter, but I don't want to talk about Jeudy
Let's.
anymore.
Well, I'll save you, Bri.
Please go to your
My
bold prediction.
bold prediction is this Broncos defense. They've been playing great.
Don't
They've
buy
been-
it. Just kidding. Okay, go ahead.
They've been playing great. But they haven't been having the absolute biggest plays, those defensive touchdowns, and they feel due. They should have had one this past week. I think they're due, and it lines up well. So my bold prediction is the Broncos get a defensive touchdown. It lines up well with the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence.
I love it.
Trevor Lawrence is the 5th worst quarterback in the NFL in terms of passer rating when put under pressure. He is the 3rd worst quarterback in the NFL in terms of turnover-worthy play
Damn,
rate
damn.
when put under pressure. The quarterbacks worse than that are Zach Wilson and Matt Ryan, 2 guys that the Broncos defense already totally feasted on. I think this will be more of the same, but you'll get that one big pop play that was missing in those games. And that will ultimately lead the Broncos to victory this week, as we'll discuss in tomorrow's show. So yeah,
Zachary,
I'm
I
saying
fucking love it.
Broncos defensive touchdown.
I love it.
Are you taking me on it?
No, because
Broncos
I-
defensive touchdown and a win. Okay, breaking that out.
Oh wait, you put it a win. That
Yeah.
They're gonna win.
Yeah.
But that
If your score prediction tomorrow is that the Jaguars win the game, you better take me on this bet, Bri. That's all I'm gonna say. Pressure.
Should I just answer right now? I'm taking your damn bet, Zach.
Thank you, Joey.
Yeah, 1000%. I'm taking that. How many times for a thing that hasn't happened yet this year?
Yeah,
I'm taking it.
that's my strategy. It's
I'm
why I'm
taking
last
it.
in the standings.
Fine, I'm
it.
taking it.
Yeah,
but
Bri.
I
Let's
want
go.
it to happen.
Bree
Yeah.
hates Patrick Surtain? Question mark.
Clip it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Oh my God, I'd sully my brand in one day. Samuel Castro says, my prediction is Russ scores on QB run with high knees running into the end zone. Every time I say high knees for the rest of
That'd
my
be-
life, it's
That would be the way to do it, Russ. I'm not even gonna lie now.
That'd be an
I'm
awesome
not
touchdown
gonna
celebration.
lie.
If at the
That would
5,
be the way
he,
to
like,
do it.
holds his hands up and
Yes.
starts,
Yes. Yes. If Russ high knees in the end zone, he gets some respect in my book. I need to
Like
see him.
that?
Yes. I need to see this guy. I need to see this guy accept the joke, right? Accept it. Take it. And now he's high kneeing into the end zone. That would be amazing.
That'd be the most
Fantastic,
human
Samuel.
thing
I love
Russ
it.
has ever done.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look what you've made them do.
Samuel Castro.
Thanks. Shouts out Samuel Castro. Thanks for chiming in. Let's see. So Chris is saying that he's taking the defensive touchdown bet.
Okay.
Some chaos ball. Samuel's giving us a score prediction, 18-15. We're not there
I
yet.
like it.
Come
All
back
field
tomorrow.
goals.
But I love
It
it.
reminds me, there was famously a game where the Ravens played the Colts in the playoffs, and Brian Billick told his team, head coach of the Ravens at the time, guys, if we keep Peyton Manning out of the end zone, we're going to win this game. And they lost 15-14.
That's
field goals.
hilarious.
I absolutely love it. Frankie wants to know who's scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, who's scoring the touchdowns?
This doesn't weigh on your bet, but
doesn't.
who would
Just
you
let
think
us
would
know.
take?
Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons. He's going to be ball hawking out there.
Okay.
I mean,
All
it's a
right.
smart bet.
I got Mike Purcell.
Oh, I love a Mike.
The Mike
By the
Purcell
way,
touchdown?
it's so sad we were robbed of a DJ Jones touchdown.
I was-
DJ Jones has
We
been
were
a
losing
monster.
our mind. We were losing our mind.
He's been a monster for the Denver
We
Broncos
were
this
losing
year.
our mind.
And
then
it would have
bu-
been a 300-pound man touchdown. It would have been awesome. And the refs robbed him from it. It was a touchdown. They robbed him
Yes.
from it 2 times over,
Yes.
blowing the whistle,
Yes.
and then that review, which
Yes.
that review showed incontrovertible evidence that it was a fumble. His elbow's off the ground. I still can't believe that call. It was a farce.
Bri and I had the craziest, okay, we have the TV right there.
No, yeah, you just turn around and
Big ass TV. I was looking at every detail. That was a touchdown. And we did get robbed of it. Robbed is the right word.
Yeah.
Broncos
absolutely
country,
screwed.
DJ Jones, the defense, everybody got robbed of that touchdown.
I absolutely love it. Frankie also says the whole team, they just do high knees into the end zone. So if there is an interception or if there is a pick six,
We need to accept it, yes.
they're all going to high knee into the end zone.
It would be amazing.
And then
need
we
the
will
high
all
knees.
be high. It'll be the new
Consider do
T-bowing.
high knees for
We
Joey's
need
question.
the
It
high
won't even be
knees.
T-bowing anymore. We'll be high knee.
We need the high knees.
To celebrate
yes,
everything.
I love
yes.
it.
I hope they're listening to us right now.
I really
Can't
hope they
see it with
do
the graphic.
because I absolutely love it. Or are you talking about everyone else out in the? Anyways, Joey.
No, I was talking about the Broncos.
So bold prediction. Did you already give your bold?
He already
Yes.
did. It's time.
It is time. I am instead of going with Patrick Surtain like I normally do. I'm going to go with my other old reliable here, who's just been going off for the last 2 weeks. I think Greg Dulcich scores an anytime touchdown. I don't think that's too bold, but I do think it is going to be kind of unheard of if you see another impact by the tight end who nobody thought was going to be, doing crazy things out there. Already having great luck with his yardage. I don't know what his yards are set with here, but I would also take his over because I just think that he's an asset that Russell Wilson is going to need to utilize. The only thing that makes me really scared about this prediction is that Russell Wilson has ignored him on at least 6 different routes. So that brings me some pause. That's why I think it makes it bold.
It does make it bold.
Yeah, that aspect and the fact the Broncos refuse to score touchdowns, I think, are the big factors to watch. My
They
general
just
philosophy
refuse.
is just
It's going to be a
take you.
first half touchdown, is what I'm
trying
telling
to
you.
think if I want to
First
take
half.
you because I kind of like my philosophy. I believe it. Greg Dulcich does feel like he's becoming a go-to receiver in this offense, but I already bet on Jerry Jeudy, so screw it. I'm going to take you.
Yeah, Bri, I'm taking it too. I just don't. I think I do. If I throw out the Jerry Jeudy one out there, I have.
That's how
to
you
take
get
it.
drinks. This is how you get drinks.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Frankie?
True
Drew
Lock.
Lock
Anytime
anytime
water
water
bottle.
Like, what is
That
happening?
was so unnecessary.
Have you been
and out
sent
of
by
right
somebody?
field,
Like, it was
but
so out of
so funny.
pocket.
Yeah, dude. No,
Drew
it's
Lock-
not even out of pocket. Every single halftime freaking I have, a Drew Lock person
It's not me.
enters the halftime thing. Talking about, well, I don't
You're not
know. My
getting
dad
plus
was
money
a
on a water
Pee-wee
bottle,
high
Phil.
school. My dad was a Pee-wee football coach, or some crazy stuff.
Oh, I thought you were talking about somebody.
You're not
specifically.
getting
No.
plus money
Oh,
on
that-
a water bottle, Phil.
I could be talking about that guy too. If you know, you know. Anyways, I'm taking your number.
Well, whatever. Jesus Christ. Frankie says he's haunted by Drew. Yeah, me too, because I can't get out of it. I can't even talk a simple football game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Do you guys say Jaguars?
Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Okay, so we're all logical and
Jaguars.
not psychopaths.
How do people say it?
Jaguar.
Jaguar?
Jaguar. That's crazy. Whoever says that is a lunatic and don't trust them.
No, I
Anyway.
absolutely agree. All right, guys, if you have any other bold predictions as you're watching along, you can go ahead and drop them in the chat. But we are going to go to Joey's question of the day.
Joey's question of the day, brought to you by High Knees.
High knees the company.
High knees. You need to enunciate that.
Make sure you stretch, guys.
Instead of saying
I got an
Zach's warming up.
And there's not, by the way, there's nothing weird about what's happening right now.
this is normal.
If you slander this right here,
Guys,
he's
don't be insensitive. I'm just trying to get. I care about the show. I want to make sure I'm not 100%.
exactly.
We're
there's
going
nothing weird
bowling
about
later.
this.
Don't actually pull something.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing this.
All right.
I'm
All right. Are you guys ready?
You're making me warm.
I'm gonna do what the Broncos should have done. Zach, sit down.
You're gonna
All
get,
right.
you're gonna get clipped.
All right. I'm gonna name a Broncos player. It's up to you guys. I'm gonna name a Broncos player. He's the main focus of this conversation, right? Then after that, I'm gonna name other players around the NFL. You have to say who's better, this Broncos player or this other player, right? And it's funny you mentioned the high knees because I'm talking about Russell Wilson. Now, very important. You guys only name the player. You guys have a 3-second countdown to where you guys have to just. I want rapid fire. Okay, because I'm clipping this tomorrow. I'm not responsible for the outrage you guys are. We're doing Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson. We're going to start off with Zach. We're going to go to
wait.
No, this has to be clippable.
Does our contract's a factor?
No,
Okay.
we're just talking about the player. So Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers.
Russell Wilson.
Woo.
Aaron Rodgers,
Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford,
Matthew Stafford.
Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray.
Russell Wilson.
Kyler Murray,
Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
That's the easiest one yet, surprisingly.
MVP.
Russell Wilson, Ryan
MVP.
Tannehill.
Tannehill.
Tannehill comfortably. That's another. That one's easier than Cousins.
Russell Wilson, Jared Goff.
Oh, God.
You
Russell Wilson.
3, 2, 1, Zach, go.
Oh, Wilson.
Russell Wilson. This one's funny. Russell Wilson, Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
Fields.
All right, Russell Wilson's Geno Smith.
Geno Smith.
Gino. Yeah. Big time.
Damn, that was it. All right, I'm clipping that. You guys are gonna get so much hate. All right.
I don't believe in
I
it.
don't even like
hope
Justin
I'm wrong.
Fields.
I hope I'm wrong.
I don't even
Brought to you by the guy that was right about Drew Lock.
I don't
and
even
loud about it
like
earlier.
Justin Fields, but I wanted to make sure that was in there because I don't want the fucking vitriol that comes along with.
I'm not even saying you guys are wrong. I'm just happy not to have an opinion in this one. Anyways,
Joey
go
agrees
ahead.
with all of those. You know he does, Chad. Don't let him off the hook.
The clip ended right before then.
Literally,
Anyways.
all Joey just listed just now was quarterbacks who'd take over Russell Wilson.
For real. Take all those
I'll
names.
clip that myself.
And let's be real, every single one of those guys Joey named is playing better than Russell Wilson this year, objectively. I think it's all how much do you believe Wilson can recover? I think Goff was one of the two. I've maybe the only one I gave to Wilson, and that's just because I know what Goff is, and it's this lower level quarterback. I still think there's a chance Wilson returns to like top 15-ish status.
Well,
but
you saw
I think
the
his
graphic.
ceiling right now is somewhere around Cousins and Tannehill, and some of that is the way that the league is adapting to highlight all of Wilson's weaknesses and cover up all his strengths.
I mean, to a point that you've been making pretty staunchly before we just decided to throw the towel in, was that Brady, Rodgers, and Wilson are all suffering this very weird landscape of being unable to score any points whatsoever. They're all in systems that are not working for them, with situations that are not working for them, which I am not going to compare Russell Wilson to Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. But
Joey Richards.
I have one more.
Yeah?
Are you guys down to answer
Yeah,
one more?
yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy.
From what I've seen Teddy Bridgewater play and how many points I saw him score last year, Teddy.
Bree's just a Teddy hater.
We're gonna get so many hate listens. All right, do we want to? What's next?
I don't believe in him. I like prove me wrong, but he's playing at such a low level, and the league it's a little Russell Westbrooky. He was never. Nate Tice for years has been saying Russell Wilson is Baker Mayfield with the athleticism, and
Yeah.
once that athleticism leaves him,
That's
he's Baker
crazy.
Mayfield, and
I
that's
don't like this
worst
clip
quarterback in the NFL.
whatsoever. I feel like if people really want to hear what happened just now, that they have to listen to the podcast.
I'm taking you guys out of context.
Because
I'm
no,
just
you know
kidding.
what? No,
I'll-
it's fine. It's fine. I don't care. Come at me.
Christopher just said that Ciara is going to make an anti-LTB podcast song. That would make this the most successful segment of the podcast ever. If we get Ciara to make a song about us, this is the most successful moment in podcast history.
I won't
Yeah,
listen
will
to
be.
it, but
it will be.
it's fine.
I'll listen to it.
You guys are ridiculous. Tell everyone where they can find your stuff.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's no
guys.
mud vein.
Everyone,
Just
everyone, make sure you follow me at JR Drafts on Twitter. Make sure you're following everyone, all of our Facebook users. Go follow the Let's Talk Broncos Facebook as well. Exclusive content on there will be dropping soon.
Okay.
I want you guys to make sure you're catching that. So everyone, go make sure you're on that Facebook.
LTB Facebook and YouTube, right?
Yeah, LTB Facebook and YouTube, both of those. Exclusive content coming to both of those that you can't find on the Mile High Sports stuff. I make sure you are listening to Frankie and I's halftime. We do a halftime Twitter Spaces. Join that. We're going to be doing it even though it's a 7 a.m. game. We're going to be up doing that. And then I want everyone to know that I am doing getting into my draft content stuff after the trade deadline here. I just want to make sure what Broncos picks they have after the trade deadline. So I'm waiting until then, and then I'm going to get into it. I'm really looking forward to it too. I think I'm good at the draft stuff. I think that's my expertise in this. So make sure you guys are listening to that for sure.
hell yeah, Joey. You're going to be wanting to follow. You're going to want to follow him over on Twitter at JR Draft, so you can get all that coverage along with, my God, Zach _Seegers with all his writing over at Mile High Sports. Zach, anything else you want to throw in there?
No, I just want to highlight the fact that Bri just called me her god. Please, someone clip that. That was. I'm just glad we all know our places, and yeah. Sorry,
My
that's so
face
mean.
just like froze. Like we were
Everyone, check out both these people's work. I mean, where I was going to go with it before that derailed me was like, if you're not following JR Draft's work, you're dead to me. Get out of my life. Block me on Twitter, unfollow me. I don't care. You are dead to me. Read everything this man writes on the NFL draft, or I don't care what you
I
have
appreciate
to
you,
say
brother.
about anything. Jump off a bridge. Go check out my
We're getting
work over at
Yeah,
milehighsports.com.
super canceled.
And my Twitter at Zach _Seegers. And again, like
sure.
read JR's draft work. That water's icy cold.
I want to remind everyone that we will be back on Saturday with a special game preview episode. So please be back tomorrow as we tell you what to watch for Sunday's game. It's been a heck of an evening. I appreciate all of you. Go follow me on Twitter, BriMaces303. You can listen to me on the Fan Cave for Mile High Sports Radio 1 to 2 p.m. and every single day here with the Let's Talk Broncos crew. You guys are the best. Good night.
Good
Let's
night.
ride.
No.